Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ryan Dossey, and in today's video, we are back in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I bought a $300,000 house for just 195 grand. Let's dive right in. Now, on this particular deal, we fully expect to net right at $57,000 in profit. I'm going to give you all the ins and outs. I'm going to walk you through how we found it, how you can find deals like this in your market, all the tools we used, even notes from my staff. All I ask is if you enjoy case study breakdowns like this, be sure to drop a like. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. I personally reply to all of those. Let's get started. So this particular deal came from SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's effectively when somebody Googles like "we buy houses" or "sell my house fast," it's making your website come up for those terms. Now, a lot of people will say like SEO is free. I could totally have been like, hey, this didn't cost me any money. The fact of the matter is I use a group to do my SEO for me, so I don't have to do it, and I pay them to do it. Now, I use a group called Moss Tech. It's owned by a friend of mine, Jason Moss. I've known him for years. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up the link to his website in kind of the notes on this. One thing I'll just throw out with SEO is this is like a long game thing. You don't do a little bit of SEO and rank for We Buy Houses in like LA first immediately. It might take 6 months or a year to get you there. My recommendation though, like if you're going to be in this business, you might as well be in it, right? So if you're not somebody that's just like dabbling in real estate, I highly recommend you check out Jason Moss. This video isn't like sponsored by him or anything. I'm not dropping an affiliate link. He's just the reason that I got this particular deal. Now, if you're not at the point yet where you can afford to like hire somebody to do it for you, our company Call Porter put out a guide called Real Estate SEO. It's the ultimate guide for agents and investors that you can check out totally for free. There's no opt-in or anything like that. We don't offer SEO. It's just in our experience, what's worked across our other companies, and kind of gives you like a rough understanding of what it is, what it isn't, and how it works. Now, this particular deal came through my investor Carrot website. If you're not familiar with carrot.com, they're like template sites for real estate investors. You'll notice though, if you're familiar with them, mine looks a little bit different. Carrot has this thing, I think they call it like the Carrot Concierge, where for a couple grand, they'll build you something like totally custom that nobody else has. One of the complaints I often hear with Carrot sites is like, oh, everybody uses them, so they don't work. I'd kind of ask yourself, like, if everybody's using them, maybe there's a reason why, right? So this is the actual web page that got this deal. It's a We Buy Houses page geared towards Louisville. I'm going to hide like my URL at the top and my logo. Just if I'm being blunt, like I run retargeting ads and stuff. I'm not trying to waste my budget on you guys. That's for sellers. So this is effectively what they landed on and filled out this form, which got them over into my CRM Resimpli. If you're not familiar with Resimpli, it's effectively where we work all of our leads out of. We make our phone calls. We track what's working. It's kind of like our main hub for our company. Big fan. I've been a Resimpli user since 2019. I think I was one of their first like dozen or so. So this is that actual lead inside of my real CRM. We closed on this place on December 30th. We paid 195 grand. Now I want to start at the beginning on this one. So when the lead initially came in, they ended up speaking with the staff at Call Porter. Call Porter's our answering service. I own them. It's literally just folks in the US that all they do is take calls for people like you and people like me. So real estate investors and realtors, that's it. So they'll get into like motivation, equity, condition, why they want to sell, all of that, and even book an appointment for you or me to just show up on that initial call. So the notes that they got on this property was that the house did have the shower replaced in the master, carpet and flooring needed some updates, needed some painting done, had a new roof back in 2018, new heat pump and HVAC, as well as a new deck. They'd like a call back in the morning. They're open to selling it. Do they need to sell it fast? No. So they're not like desperate or motivated. People often assume like, oh, we're snagging people from like the grips of foreclosure or something dramatic. This wasn't anything like that. They'd actually lived in the house for 14 years and just wanted to downsize. So on this particular deal, it was owner occupied. It was not listed with a realtor, had a 2-car garage. And one thing that was actually interesting from our initial conversation with the seller was they were fully aware of the value of the home. You can literally see here, Karen Bennett's like our ISA, stands for Inside Sales Agent. She effectively works the leads in Simply, kind of teeing up the opportunities for our acquisitions guys. So the seller said they'd like to sell within 3 to 4 months because they're building something new. They know that the online value says that it's in the 300s, but they're not looking for that much. I mean, like, what more could you want than that, right? You can see on this particular lead, we had 6 phone calls to get this thing locked up under contract and 56 texts back and forth. A lot of that was like coordinating closing, utilities, things of that nature kind of towards the end here. Now, I do just want to highlight something real quick here. They said 200K was their absolute bare minimum. We got it for 195K. So don't necessarily take like folks' word as law. Oftentimes asking prices, even that are like not flexible or set in stone, actually are. In this instance, we were just like, hey, 195 is where we need to be. So we ended up getting the deal done at. Now, interestingly enough, this particular deal actually came through our site that's primarily geared towards Indianapolis. If I'm in Indianapolis, like, why do I have a web page up? Carrot calls them like city pages. I'll show you what that looks like here on my Carrot site at the bottom. So all of the places we have city pages, and it's like I invested there, or I've got friends there, or I'd like to be there, right? Like Honolulu, for instance. I'm not there, but I was born in Hawaii. I'd love an excuse to go back, right? St. Louis, got friends and family there, do deals there. Same thing with Vegas, Emporia, and Louisville. It's actually the last time we were in Louisville was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. We had a business partner, bought some rentals. He had a solid W-2 day job and was just like, hey, I've decided this isn't worth it. Let's just sell. I'm going to focus on work. Cool. But we left the page up, and thank goodness we did, because this lead literally just fell in our laps. Now, on this particular deal, we're buying it for 195K. We're spending $30,000 on the rehab. We're going to cut to Noah here in a second, and he's going to walk you through the house, give you the tour, show you everything we're doing and not doing. But we funded this one with a private lender. So typically with our private lenders, we're paying 8% interest plus 1 point. 1 point is equal to like 1% the value of the house, and that's interest only. So not amortized or anything. We typically do a 12-month term. My guess on this deal will be in and out in all of like 4 to 5 months tops. So let's cut to Noah, my business partner in Indianapolis, who drove down to Louisville to get this thing inspected, make sure like everything was on the up and up before we bought it. He's going to walk you through what our plan with it is, what the exit looks like. Let's cut to that now.
What's up, guys? We are here in Louisville, Kentucky. We just bought that house. We are getting ready to flip it. We're glad to be back in the Louisville market. It's very similar to Indianapolis. There are great deals here in the Midwest. Let's go take a look. What's up, guys? We are here in Louisville, Kentucky. Ryan and I are so glad to be back in this market. Great Midwest market. This morning we met with our realtor, we met with our contractors, we met with our boots on the ground team to get this whole project kicked off. We just bought this house last week. Let's take a quick look around. So in this room, we've got, it's kind of a den, kind of an office area. We've got some nice built-ins. Unfortunately, we're actually gonna remove these things to really open up the room, make it more presentable as like a great room type situation. And then from here, we've got a formal dining room. And as you can see, as you look back through here, all of this is carpeted. We're actually gonna take all this carpet out, run LVP, so it's one seamless thing. It really looks a lot better than the carpet that we've got in here. So from the formal dining room, we're in the galley kitchen. It is, as you can see, very tight. You can touch both sides, almost touch the walls on either side. We've got a massive skylight. Skylights are great. They do provide a lot of natural light. They also leak a lot. So unless you have a high quality skylight put in, chances are it's gonna leak. So we're really gonna change the kitchen. That's one of the biggest things we're gonna do in this flip. We're gonna open it up. So we're gonna remove this wall, this whole thing all the way up, and then it's gonna open into the living room. So that way it opens up the whole space. We've got the bay windows, we've got the kitchen. We'll get into the living room. It's a nice living room. It's got nice light coming from this sliding door. It's a little small, which is why we want to open that up to make it a bigger feel. Another nice thing we're going to do to this, we're going to whitewash this fireplace. Once we do that, it'll be a mixture of white in the mortar lines, white on the brick, whitewash it, paint this black, paint all of this black with a thermal paint. We've got the nice built-ins on either side that will match nicely with the whitewash we're gonna do. From here, we're gonna take a walk down the hallway, look at the bedrooms. And all of this, we've got carpet everywhere. We have carpet in the living room, carpet in that front room. We're gonna tear all of that out, put a nice LVP down. So in these bedrooms aren't anything special. Really pull the things off the walls, make sure it looks nice. We've already got closets and stuff built in. Our big thing is we're just gonna remove the carpet, put down LVP, make it look nice and fresh. From there, we're gonna walk into the primary bedroom. As you can see, there's a little stuff left. You can see where the old bed was. We're gonna tear all of this out, put nice LVP down here as well. And then the second biggest thing, as opposed to the kitchen, is going to be the primary bathroom. We've got this shower. We're going to pull all the old tile out, put in new tile. We're actually gonna extend the shower. Right now it ends about here. We're actually gonna extend that to about back here because there's actually a dead space in this wall in between the hall bath and the master. So we're gonna extend that, make the shower a little bit bigger, user-friendly. Toilet's gonna stay in the same spot. Two vanities are gonna be over here to really liven up the space. And then in this doorway, we're gonna put a door here. So it's not just an open bathroom that you can see if you're laying in bed or whatever. This is the hall bath. So this is the bathroom that everybody uses for the bedrooms, if there's kids, roommates, whatever it may be. Big thing in here, we're gonna change out this vanity. As you can see, it's about mid-thigh and it's pretty short. You have to bend down to do everything. So we're gonna put in a taller vanity, roughly the similar width, but it's gonna be much higher. Next up, we have the basement. It's already finished, so let's go take a look at it. Welcome to the basement. One unique feature of this house is that it is actually a pull-under garage. So we've got a nice, huge 2-car right here. You walk in and you can either go into this part of the basement or you can go upstairs to the main level of the house. Once we're down here, it's already a nice finished space, so we're just gonna spruce it up a little bit. We're gonna rip out all the carpet. We're gonna put down a nice waterproof flooring. And another thing we're gonna do is deal with this drop ceiling. So we've got drop ceiling tiles all throughout the basement. We're gonna rip all of it out. And actually, you can see over here, we've got a nice opening. We've got about 3 to 4 inches of space right here that we're gonna drywall right here to make it a nice finished space. Just because drop ceiling tiles, they get cracked, they turn colors, they don't look great. So we're gonna drywall it to make it look like a nice, cleaner space. Over here, we have a nice full bath as well. It's really small, but it is a full bathroom. We've got the shower right here, just like a nice little shower stall, toilet. So if you're hanging out down here or if your kids have sleepovers or you have guests, they have their own private bathroom. And then here's the utility room. We were blessed with this house. Mechanicals are in great shape. Water heater is good to go. We're gonna remove washer and dryer, get rid of that, get rid of the old slop sink, put in a nice newer one, and then get rid of the shelving stuff, lay down some waterproof tile, and then we'll be good to go. A brief breakdown of the numbers on this particular deal. So we purchased the house for $195,000. We're gonna be into it roughly $30,000 to $40,000. So call that $230,000, $240,000. And retail value of it as of this morning is gonna be anywhere from about $305,000 to $310,000.
We literally just walked you through step by step a deal that's going to make us over $50,000. I didn't hide anything here. I showed you my website, showed you the lead in the CRM, showed you who does my SEO, showed you notes from Call Porter who took the call for us. Like, I can't think of an easier way to make this for you guys other than just copy and paste what we're doing and have been doing, right? Before you get like, oh, this only works for you. The folks I've worked with, just like you, have reported back over $50 million in net profit from flips, wholesales, and new equity and rentals. That's not like total purchase price. That's just profit and new equity. If it works for me and it works for all of them, why wouldn't it work for you? Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I seriously hope you just copy and paste it. My goal with being on social, sharing this kind of stuff is like, this is what we're doing that works. So those of you that have kind of the same dream, the same goals that we have, can simply copy and paste it. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just do what we're doing that like we can prove to you is working. My name was Ryan Dossey. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll talk to y'all next time.